Polygamy, Part 32. After the grand and elaborate Christmas celebration, the joy slowly spread back into every corner of Egbejo. Families returned to their various houses, laughing and recounting the wonders they had witnessed at the palace. Those who came from neighboring villages began their journeys home at dawn, proudly carrying the gifts the king had generously bestowed on them: bags of food, wrappers, livestock, and coins. Songs of gratitude echoed along the dusty paths as they left, praising the king and wishing long life upon the royal household. The village slowly returned to its normal rhythm, but beneath the calm surface, something far more serious had begun. It was now official. Within the next 7 days, any family that received a gift message from the palace would know their daughter had been approved to contest for the position of the prince's bride. Those who received nothing would understand, without explanation, that fate had chosen another path for them. That night, inside Chief Odem's compound, Alice sat close to Nita, her voice barely above a whisper. "Did you do what I asked you to do?" she asked quietly, her eyes searching Nita's face. Nita hesitated for a brief moment, then nodded slowly. "Yes, Mommy. I did," she replied. "I did everything exactly the way you told me." She paused, her voice dropping. "But it was painful. I can still feel a lot of pain." Alice exhaled softly and drew closer. "Sorry, my girl," she said, placing a hand on Nita's shoulder. "This is for your own good. Sit back now and leave the rest for me." Nita said nothing more. She simply nodded, staring into the darkness, unsure whether she felt fear, relief, or something far heavier. Back at the palace the next morning, the prince woke up with a strange heaviness in his head. His eyes were clear now, the effects of whatever substance had clouded his senses the night before were gone. He sat upright, trying to piece together the fragments of memory that remained. "I remember talking to Nita for a long time," he muttered to himself. "On the balcony." He rubbed his forehead. "I was dizzy, unstable. I remember her helping me into my room. Then everything went blank." He looked around slowly and frowned. His bed was scattered, unlike him. He was disciplined, precise, never careless with his surroundings. Something felt wrong. As he adjusted the bedding, his eyes caught something that made his heart skip. Blood. There were faint but visible bloodstains on the bed sheets. "Blood," he whispered. "From where?" He quickly checked his body for injuries, his arms, chest, legs, but there was nothing. No wound. No pain. Did she injure herself while trying to help me, he wondered. But if so, why would the blood be on my bed? A more troubling thought crossed his mind. Did she spend the night here? He shook his head immediately. That's impossible. The guards would have seen her. Confusion wrapped around him like smoke. Unable to find answers on his own, he summoned his personal guard. "Did you, by any chance, see me with a young girl in yellow clothing last night?" the prince asked carefully. The guard bowed. "No, my prince. You were alone. I found you lying at the edge of the bed, half undressed. I assumed you had eaten or drunk too much, so I adjusted your clothes and helped you lie properly." The prince dismissed him, more troubled than before. Something had happened. That much, he was certain. That same evening, the king summoned the prince. "My son," the king said calmly, "Christmas is over, and the bride selection has begun. Over 100 eligible maidens have been registered." He paused, then continued. "We cannot allow over 100 young women to contest for the position of your wife. So, from the list, we shall select only 10 families. Those families will receive gifts of acceptance from the palace. Only their daughters will proceed." The prince nodded, then asked carefully. "But father, what exactly determines who becomes the princess, apart from my desire and interest?" The king leaned back and spoke slowly, deliberately. "The chosen princess must not come from a broken home. Her parents must still be married, whether alive or deceased. She must be kind and gentle. She must be loved and accepted by the villagers. She must be intelligent and brave. And above all, he paused, she must be physically beautiful and a virgin. No man is allowed to touch the future queen of the great Egbejo dynasty. A virgin? The prince asked quietly. Yes, the king replied firmly. And if a young woman possesses all these qualities but is no longer a virgin, the prince pressed, what becomes of her? She is disqualified, the king answered without hesitation. That rule is sacred. The prince hesitated, then asked again. And if her virginity was taken by the prince himself? The king looked at him carefully. Then she may still continue, provided it was the prince alone who touched her. They began reviewing the list. As soon as the scroll was opened, the prince's eyes fell on a familiar name. Nita Odom Ebiku, he said immediately. Yes. Let's choose her. The king raised an eyebrow. Do you know her personally? The prince replied calmly. Not very well, father. But I've met her a few times while I was in disguise. I believe she would be a good candidate. The king smiled knowingly. My son, you are grown now. They moved on. Sita Odom Ebiku, the king read aloud. Both father and son exchanged a look. Why do these names look alike? The king asked. Is it a mistake? No, father, the prince responded quickly. She is a sister. I've met her too. I think she would also be a good candidate. The king laughed loudly. It seems you have met more people than I imagined. But then his expression changed. They are from the same family. Two daughters from one household cannot contest when so many families are hoping. The prince stood up and bowed slightly. Father, please. Something about them feels unique. Let them both contest. Who knows? One of them may become the princess. The king turned to the council of elders. What say you, my elders? Silence filled the chamber. After a moment, one elder rose, bowed, and spoke. It has never happened before that two daughters from one family contested for the position of princess. But it is not forbidden. There is no law against it. He added. Chief Odom is a respected man, kind, honorable, and worthy of raising good children. If it pleases you, my king, let them both participate. The king nodded slowly. So be it. And thus, it was concluded. Nita and Zita Odom Ebiku were selected, alongside 8 other young maidens of Egbejo, to contest for the prince's hand. Unaware of the storm gathering ahead. Unaware of the secrets already planted. To be continued.